Hi, how's everybody doing?
Hi.
So, we finally doing this album. Finally, I've been mentioning this for
Long awaited.
before I think about 80 years and shit.
After centuries, it finally happened.
Right, but actually, this is my boy Reg.
Hey, I'm Coogi. What's good? It's
What's
good
up?
to be back.
What's up?
It's good to be back.
All right, so last Jay-Z album I reviewed was of course The Blueprint and shit. So I told myself I was gonna come back to this album before I go to the Unplugged album and shit. Um, so you guys should know the story about Reasonable Doubt, but I can tell you, this is Jay-Z's first album.
Oh no.
This is the only album in his discography that Roc-A-Fella recorded under Priority Records and shit. And this is not the OG copy. This is like the reissued, 96 reissue. Cause you can tell, I think, by the little dots right here. And shit like that. That's the means it's the reissue, if I'm not mistaken, though. But
That's interesting. I never knew that.
yeah. And like, singles I was known for Can't Knock the Hustle with Mary J. Blige, Go Legend.
Dead Presidents too.
Yeah, that was a single. But the video was only for Dead Presidents 1 and shit. People forget that sometimes. Feeling It, Ain't No Nigga.
Ain't no nigga.
Yeah, that was it. Alright.
Don't be Memphis Bleak.
So, yeah, okay, so let me pull up a little biography right quick. So, people need to also remember that, you know, when it comes to Jay-Z, you gotta give people like Jazzo credit, you know, his mentor and shit, because in the earlier years of Roc-A-Fella Records, Jay wanted like Jazzo to sign with them, you know, with Damon Dash and Kareem Biggs, but I think according to Jazzo, he said he didn't really trust Dame Dash like that.
Who would?
Right. And so, of course, you know, he kind of stood in the background and shit, and that was kind of like, I won't say the beginning of the end of their relationship, because they were still pretty much cool, but you can tell that Jay and Dame Dash, their relationship didn't really sit well with Jazzo. So,
I don't get a weird vibe from fucking Dame Dash. I even step foot in that nigga area.
Facts.
That nigga's a damn curse.
I saw a recent interview he did. I gotta send it to you. It kind of had me thinking about some shit, but he was talking about how he just feels regrets some shit. I don't know. I have to find it, but so they got the deal with Priority Records, and this was the first album under Roc-A-Fella. Shit. They didn't really get the deal with Def Jam until like, if I'm not mistaken, 97, early 97. But with the In My Lifetime Volume 1 shit, but let's get started. So, iconic album cover.
Should be honest, dope ass album cover. Shit smooth as fuck.
You know, you got the fedora, you know, you got the mafioso. Like, this album it's the embodiment of mafioso hip hop.
Mafioso hip hop?
You got Jay and Dame Dash and Kareem right there. Yeah, man. Just also you have the credits and shit. You know, just like
I miss when the album had shit like this.
Exactly. Now everything's all photoshopped. You got bitches. I mean, excuse me. You got certain females who like to take albums like they in a fucking jungle and shit when they just rent the album from the zoo most of the time.
From the zoo?
Yeah, man. Like they acting like they in a fucking jungle and shit. Like, bitch, you know you ain't never been there.
Bitch, you just
And then, don't get me started with the niggas and shit. They have all these emphasis on the cars and shit when it comes to album covers, all the money and shit. What happened to like the creativity? But
there's really no creativity. It's just the same shit. You got animated album covers, but the only reason they do that is only because it's streams. It's digital.
Facts. Okay. And the reason why he named his album Reasonable Doubt, because people will judge you with anything that you would do. And since this is his first album, what better title than Reasonable Doubt? Smart. Alright. We're gonna do producers and shit. Primo.
Primo!
Yeah, shout out to Primo.
That nigga!
Dame Dash, Jay-Z, Biggs for executive producers.
Curse.
Big Jazz, Sean Kane, Clark Kent, very dope producer.
I heard of him.
Mm-hmm. Da Hood, Irv Gotti, known as DJ Herb at this time. Nobody, another slept on producer. Ski, you guys should know how I feel about Ski. And Peter Panic. Alright.
Peter Panic, I like that.
Okay. So track number 1, Can't Knock the Hustle, featuring Mary J. Blige.
And the queen
Hip-hop
of stomping.
Shit. This album, this song right here, besides like, the intro from what's that movie? I would say Khalito's Way. It was actually a pretty dope song, nice way to start off the album and shit. No, it's from Scarface. Damn, I'm tripping. Yeah, okay, it's from Scarface. But yeah, he said like a lot of mafioso movies throughout this whole album sometimes. So I'm just like, which movie is which? But anyway, Pain in the Ass did some vocals on this song too. That's a creative name, Pain in the Ass. Yeah.
Pain in the Ass?
Yeah.
I thought it was something else.
Pain in the Ass and credited vocals.
Okay.
Because I think he does the Scarface intro, if I'm not mistaken. And he actually did this beat 2 years prior before the album came out. So
he been working on this shit.
Yeah. So very dope beat. I like the remix, the Fool's Paradise remix better. Where it has more that Melissa Morgan Fool's Paradise sample, but it's still a dope song. I love this song. Thoughts?
It's a really good song as well. I enjoy this song.
Yeah.
Mary did her shit on there.
You seen the video when Jay-Z, it was like a mafioso video when Jay-Z was cheating on this girl in the video, and the girl tried to shoot at him.
Yeah, some Lionel Richie type shit.
So while they were shooting, I think he pushed the girl, and he was just running. I don't know. That part always just makes me laugh. The slow motion. I'm just like, even as a kid, I thought that was kind of a little.
All bets off.
Yeah, all bets.
You have a gun pointed in my face, you getting kicked.
Shit, he just pushed the fucking girl. I'm just like, damn, Jay, cold blooded. He won't do that to Beyonce. Beyonce will be pushing him sometimes. Shit.
I'm like, Beyonce point a gun at Beyonce, she'd be like, nigga.
Shit.
Point a gun at him.
Now we get to politics as usual. This shit right here. Ski did his thing on this beat. Love that stylistic sample. It's talking about how the drug deal is cold when it comes to politics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shut up. Like, it's talking about the codes and shit like that where drug dealers go by.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was a very interesting song and shit. Nice song to like drive by to late at night.
Oh, the cruise. I think you said to do a drive by. I'm like, what? Whoa, that just defeats the whole purpose of the song.
Right. Shit. But anyway, classic song. You heard this?
Politics as usual?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this song from time to time I hear, and like you said, Ski Beats did his thing on that song.
Right. All right.
Did his shit.
Then
now let's get to Brooklyn's Finest.
Infamous song.
With who?
The Notorious B.I.G. This is them bigging up Brooklyn, braggadocio, and shit like that. But there's some controversy behind the song. Well, not really controversy, but people want to make it a big thing.
Like what?
In the line, Biggie had this one line that said, "If Faye had twins, she'd probably have Tupacs." Get it? Tupacs and shit. So that was the line everyone knows from that song. And shit.
Love to stir up trouble.
Right.
Or stir up mess. That's.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what that was a good little clever punchline.
Right. It was messy.
It was like, come on, Biggie.
Shit.
Come on, nigga.
And you guys also know that by the time before Biggie died, him, Jay-Z, DJ and Charlie Baltimore, they were supposed to come out with this super group called The Commission and shit. So
that shit would have been awesome.
Charlie is so fucking slept on, man.
You think it would have been better than The Firm?
Oh, anything would have been better than that piece of shit.
Because
Oh, Jesus.
sidetrack. The only reason that album was it could have been a little bit better if Noriega.
I mean, Cormaker.
Yeah,
I knew what you meant.
if he was on it, Cormaker. If he was on there,
It just felt like Dre and Trackmaster's style do not mesh well, too.
because now I'm not gonna lie, it had a all-star line.
It did. Potential. Had all that, but
That shit was sad. I was like, I'm disappointed.
if
AZ, nah, what the fuck?
Shit.
Foxy?
5 minutes to throw the shit down the toilet. That's what I call that album. But
Oh my god. But anyway, let's go back to that.
yeah, please.
Commission.
Please. I just went through therapy from that album, so. So Dead Presidents 2. This is not the original Dead President you guys hear. He had the different lyrics. Ode to Money, dope song and shit like that. And yes, Dead President was on that. They used a Nas sample.
Which one?
The World Is Yours. And when he's like, I got a president, they represent me. Say what?
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of like, planting the seeds in their beef somewhat. But there's a lot of really reasons. That's like one of the things that planting the seeds and shit. But
interesting.
very interesting. I'm going to get some water real quick. You want some water?
Alrighty. No. I'm gonna
Okay, I got you on that, Roddick.
Yeah, you got me hooked on that shit.
Yeah.
You did your shit on that.
Thank you.
You had one of my little old friends just offer shit. I was like, oh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, and she's short too, so it's like she.
Well, because she had a fucking community. I'm sorry, I have my own business. So now, I'm going to explain more of that shit later on, but.
His business is dope. He makes good ass drinks.
Oh, yeah.
He mixes them with awesome
It's Instagram coming soon on that shit, but.
And I will be like.
Right.
Bye.
Then track number 5, Feeling It, featuring Mecca. Before I get to my thoughts, there's a little trivia behind the song. This was originally a Camp Lo song.
Is it originally supposed to be for Camp Lo?
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't it?
Well, Jay-Z heard it. He liked it. I think he wanted the song and shit, but he was still going to credit Ski as a producer, of course. But you can still hear the Camp Lo version on the song, the Camp Lo version like on YouTube and shit. It's actually pretty dope.
Okay, so Camp Lo did kind of still do it.
It just remains unreleased.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. That would have been dope if it was on Uptown Saturday Night, which I might need to get, but it's kind of expensive right now because white people like to overprice shit. But back to the song.
Laid back.
Laid back as fuck. Love this song. To me,
rap song that's chill and laid back is good as fuck, yeah.
And another thing too, like if you hear the music video version, the third verse is different than the one on the album version, but it still knocks and shit. Because you gotta clean it up for the radio, all that bullshit.
Yep, I know.
Yeah. Track number 6, The Evils. Primo made his first debut on this album. Yes, he did. With this shit, he's talking about people. Oh, did you actually feel it?
Feeling it? Yeah. Like I said, chill, laid back.
Okay, I didn't hear you once we were talking about white people.
That shit just fun.
Yeah. But they're used to it on the channel by now, so.
Well, I believe it.
Yeah, so it's what I got from The Evils is how people will sell their souls in the streets when it comes to like being like an addict.
You're like selling?
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Selling, like I said, doing drugs. So yeah, this song pretty much nipped that in the bud. It pretty much broke down how that should be.
It also talks about how people sell their souls just to have fame in the streets and shit.
And it is pretty eerie.
Very eerie. And the fact that it uses that Prodigy sample about the Illuminati and shit. Every time I hear Prodigy talk about the Illuminati,
it's creepy, ain't it?
It's like he's so in depth with it that you can't help but listen.
Because the way he died, it was some bullshit. I felt like it was
talking about he choked on an egg. What the fuck?
I like, y'all really disrespectful. That's some disrespectful shit. Choked on a fucking egg.
Now everyone was trying to quote Prodigy on their Instagram and shit. But I was like, where were y'all motherfuckers at when he was alive, basically?
Exactly. Still dropping dope music.
Right. I mean, lyrically, he was good. My favorite era was up to 2000, 2001, but lyrically, he was so solid, in my opinion. But
Oh man, again, Spotify took his shit down.
wait, what?
Spotify took his RIP mixtapes and albums off of Spotify.
Even HNIC?
Yes.
Man, fuck this Spotify shit, man. What the?
I was just going through that, and when I saw head nigga in charge,
shit.
I was like, and it was great, and I was like, what the fuck happened to this damn music? I was so bad. I went to his page.
Oh, hell no.
All of it gone. I'm like, nigga, what?
Cause they took Aaliyah's family took her music off Spotify. They only have
it was on there.
Yeah, they only had AJ Nothing But a Number on it now and shit. Like,
just when did they put that shit up there?
It was there like way back.
RP is gone.
Man, I'm gonna do a rant on that shit later, but track number 7, yeah, 22 Twos. This is actually another song where it kind of displays his wordplay. He says the word 22 times throughout the song and shit.
Not that he had to count, just so the song could make sense.
Right, like
you said 2 about 23 times. You say 23 twos, something like that. I don't know.
But I found it to be like very dope and very lyrical. Like,
yeah,
he has some quotable. He's like,
this nigga ski beats.
Too much West Coast dick licking. Too many niggas on a mission doing your best Jay-Z rendition. I had to stop that line right there. I'm like, Jay, this is your first album and shit. I don't think that many niggas knew about you to do your best Jay-Z rendition, but he was an underground legend by this time because you do this.
He was the originators.
But
falling out of fucking the sky.
Nigga look like fucking Woody from Toy Story, you know, and shit like that.
When you told me about that video and I saw the first thing I saw that nigga falling out the sky, I was like, what the hell is this?
Shit.
What did he show me?
Too many rough motherfuckers. I got my suspicion that you're just fishing a pool of sharks, nigga. Listen. Like, it's just like, if you listen to De La Soul's Oodles of O's, how they ended off a bar with O, it's kind of using the same concept, but much different and shit, much more slicker and shit.
I remember that's what recently Lil Wayne did for a song Upward. All of the sounds ended with a O.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, alley one, dope, bow.
Did he do that on his recent album? I'm so glad people are finally doing that shit again now. I'm tired of always talking about money, money, money.
You a roughneck. I'm a cutthroat.
Yeah, like, okay, I gotta re-listen to that Carter 5. That shit dope as fuck.
Like, and then he said, I sleep with the gun and she don't snow.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck? This nigga ending his shit with O's and it makes sense. I'm like, dude, this nigga Wayne, I slept with this nigga for too damn long. Right. I was like, Lil Wayne, he's just an auto-tune nigga. But then I listen deep, I'm like, this nigga go hard.
Oh, yeah. I admit, I fell off Wayne after Carter 3, but I'm kind of being back to being a Wayne fan now.
Same here.
Yeah.
Now, track number 8.
Can I Live?
Can I Live?
Yes. Irv Gotti produced this one. It definitely has a feel. You can definitely hear on like Mike Geronimo's The Natural a little bit. It definitely has some of that feel to it because you know he was affiliated with Mike Geronimo and shit. But it definitely you can't deny Jay-Z's influence throughout the song. Like, can I live? Basically, talking about can I live my own life? Like, this is their generation's living my best life.
Living my best life.
That's the best way to put can I live.
I ain't going back and forth with these roughneck ass niggas.
These niggas.
These niggas.
He said that shit's so strong. And this actually the song is the last time Jay-Z wrote his lyrics down according to Jay and Irv Gotti.
So the rest was just like what off the head.
Mm-hmm. And that Isaac Hayes sample, how they built that shit. Irv Gotti did his thing. This is the Irv Gotti I like. Not this whole R&B playground shit. He's known for. He was known for.
Really?
He was known for doing that whole gutter street shit, man. Like, you don't believe me? Listen to Mike Geronimo's The Natural, which I will do a review on that sometime next or the week after. So, yeah. What you think?
Oh, for Can I Live?
Yes, sir.
Irv did his shit on there. Irv did the production. Herb. Body that shit.
Definitely, like, that fucking, mesmerized bullshit. I didn't know what the fuck you were doing, but, Ain't No Nigga featuring Foxy.
Brown.
Yes. Jermaine's favorite. You know, he don't like little Kim and shit, so.
But he loves him some Foxy, though.
Right.
And she was only, how old?
16.
How do people, back in the 90s, when they were teens, spit the coldest, roughest, dopest bars, but now kids 16, 18, they just yell.
They just have that lot of lean and shit.
They just yell on the microphone.
I'm just going to yell over the beat.
I want to be with you. I'm like,
Ugh.
y'all really thought this is the coldest shit y'all heard for a 16-year-old?
Right.
I need y'all to go back to the 90s real quick and tell me if kids today would compete with shit like that.
I feel you, though. I feel you.
Because majority of these niggas started writing when they were teens. They got signed when they were teens.
Large Professor produced some of the greatest hip-hop albums before he was even 18 and shit, so.
Like, didn't Tribe meet and started rapping, like, when they were teens?
Like, close to 18, yeah.
Exactly. And them niggas ended up making music that's just timeless.
Right.
From the Low End Theory, People's, I can never name long-ass albums. People's Instinctive Rhymes in the Path to Rhythm or something like that.
I just call it People's Sense of Travels. That's how I just call it that.
That's what it should have been called. That one, my favorite, Low End Theory, Midnight Marauders.
Right.
They made classics. And they started when they were teens. So I should hear no excuses saying they're teens. Fuck no.
For real. But Ain't No Nigga, this was on the Nutty Professor soundtrack. This was actually a pretty dope song. Not really the biggest fan of the song, but Foxy's verse elevated it and shit. Yeah, man, dope song.
Foxy did her shit, legendary.
Mm-hmm.
For a 16-year-old dog.
Right. Then we get to Friend or Foe.
Friend or Foe.
Pretty solid song. He takes a role as like a drug kingpin, and he's he tries to figure out who's trying to take over his market and shit like that. So pretty solid song,
That makes perfect sense.
It's close to 1 o'clock, so I gotta wrap this up. So
Alright, let's speed it up a little bit then.
okay.
Coming of Age.
Memphis
Featuring
Bleak. His first appearance on Wax.
Memphis Bleak. Alright.
Originally, Shaheed was supposed to be on the song. Originally.
He wrote Memphis' verse. Interesting.
Yeah. Jay-Z wrote Memphis' verse.
That makes perfect sense.
And this is probably, I'm not like the biggest Memphis, I'm not like the biggest Memphis fan, don't get me wrong. He has some dope jewels. His first album I like. No, the Coming of Age album, excuse me. But it's like, he's always under Jay's shadow. Always under Jay's shadow and shit. And he just never spread his wings out. But this is some of the best shit he would ever do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that last verse when they're just going back and forth. Very dope. Cashmere Thoughts is talking about, financial goals, your money and shit like that. You heard that one?
Cashmere Thoughts, I heard this one time. So this one is vague.
Yeah, I feel you. Track number 13, Bring It On, featuring Big Jazz and Sauce Money. Nas and AZ were originally supposed to be on this song, from what I looked up.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but then he got Sauce and Jazzo.
The hell kind of? I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, but Nas and AZ, come on, I said duo.
Right. Sauce Money did this thing on that beat. Primo did the beat too. Definitely dope song. I always like the intro one there. Those motherfuckers were laughing, and he does that evil kind of laugh, like. I always like that part for some reason. Bro.
Is that where you got your laugh inspired from?
No, that's actually my dad though. But track number 14, Regrets. This is my favorite song off the album. Talking about looking back on your morals and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And for this edition, the Fool's Paradise remix with Melissa Morgan, I prefer this version over the original, but the original always has a special place in my heart. That's all I'm going to say on that. And overall,
dope album.
Yeah, man, it's a hip hop classic. I mean, what else can you say about an album that can be like one of them that every motherfucker try to do at one point before Get Rich or Die Trying? Every nigga from New York try to do an album like this. Prime example, Fat Joe's Don Cartagena, in my opinion. Like,
don't you like that album?
See, I love the album. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry. I just like if I put these two together and shit like that, it definitely has like a reasonable doubt appeal than Jealous One's Envy. Not this album though, because that's some crack. That album's some crack and shit.
That's some crack.
But it's like everybody wanted to do an album like Reasonable Doubt. Even like his Roc-A-Fella, Ralston want to do like the jazz soulful production, you know, it's the cadence and shit, the way the beats are kind of made, and then the next album they try to do like the rough, rugged New York shit, but they want to do like all classy with the first album and shit. But everybody like wanted to do an album because it's so influential.
Exactly, it's like no pun intended, the blueprint of the New York sound.
Oh yeah,
that people wanted for their album.
Exactly.
So they use Reasonable Doubt as a way to like get some inspiration to make theirs, like the Don Cartagena.
Right, and you know what's crazy though? You know the crazy shit about it was like Jay was influenced by Illmatic when he was doing this album.
It's crazy how he was inspired by the one person he was gonna have beef with.
Oh, it be happening, but like I said before, I'm gonna talk more about that beef once I review Stillmatics, possibly next year. Cause I know the fellas want to do I Am and Nostradamus and shit, so that's gonna be like a long ass review.
Nostradamus.
But yeah, believe it or not, this album is out of print. Believe it or not, it's actually the only Jay-Z album out of print, and there's a couple of reasons behind that. One of them was like the most known people think it was because it was owned by Priority Records. It was the only difference.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you know, the masters on that was pretty vague. And when Dame and Jay-Z was beefing, I think Jay-Z just gave Damon Dash the masters of this album. So, of course, Dame Dash kind of left his album and shit like that. So that's why if you see this album on Amazon, it's gonna be like for $25, $36 and shit. Which I'm like, what the fuck? This is Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt. I would expect it to, because I got this album for like $5. Like one time, I got it for $5. Yeah, that shit crazy. How that shit's like, how much money?
That's wild. For real.
Yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild as hell.
For a classic.
What's it called outside? Oh, a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this shit.
It's good to always be back to review of this man right here.
Yeah, man.
Always.
As usual, it's your boy Reg.
It's your boy Coogi.
Peace.